Hello friends, it's Arlene here. So today I wanted to share my entry for Anna's birthday challenge. So that is Anna's Wonderland here on YouTube. She is Cottage Roses Papery on Instagram, as well as Memory Decks Obsessed Instagram. So she is running a challenge on her Memory Decks Obsessed Instagram, and this is my VR. I've never done this before. This is a complete different style of crafting, but I was so intrigued to challenge myself and try it out, and I have had the most fun creating. Like, I've literally invested my nights and I've learned a new craft and I am addicted. So that said, Anna's birthday challenge, the deadline for it is the 30th of this month, so May 30th. There's still a little bit of time. Your packages need to be postmarked by the 30th. I forgot what day is today, but it is Saturday and I'm trying to film so that I can get this out probably Monday. It won't be today probably, but so this is going to be for Anna's, and I'm also going to show another entry that I did for another challenge. That one didn't need a VR, but I did want to show it, and that one is for CleverDuckCreations, and I'll be showing that at the end of the video. But for Anna's challenge, she had one main requirement, which is a chunky memory decks card. And then for the second creation, you choose among a list of things. I am gonna link the challenges below in the description box, so that way you can click on the videos and see what all the requirements are if you're still interested in entering and things like that. But the other option, other than the chunky memory decks, was I think 6-wire wrap beads. So it's one or the other, right? 6-wire wrap beads, 4 bows. I think it's 4 rosettes, something like that. And then there was an optional entry as well for to get an extra entry into, for an extra chance to win. You could either do an additional crafty item. I think it was like a shaker or something, and a VR or a VR. So I'm saying it all wrong. I'm so sorry. I don't have the challenge in front of me to show you, but I will leave it linked below. Anyway, I don't want to take too much time, so I'm going to show what I've created. I gave, included a few things on here. My crafter's choice, I guess you can choose which one because I did more than the required at this point. So I'm just going to show one thing at a time. First of all, guys, I have to link the video that I saw. I followed a tutorial on how to make these little chip bags without a die using your laminating sheets. And I just literally attached this with double-sided tape. How adorable did this come out? Like, I'm in love with this. I'm gonna definitely make more. Anyway, I'll link that below. I think that channel was Put Some Bling on it. I'm not sure, but I'll link it below. So let's first do the memory decks. I have this in the back because I was going to make another chip bag, but I was going to try many things with the memory decks, and I couldn't find anything to fit the dimensions because I had this very long, and then because of these flowers that I put on the outside, it didn't fit your standard dimensions of a memory decks. And I hope that's okay. So she can use this for die cuts, make some journaling cards or whatever she would like with that. It's going to go into a clear baggie, or I might figure out another way of packaging. But anyway, this is my memory decks card. First time ever. Oh my goodness. It took me like, I want to say like 2 weeks to figure this out. So here I rolled out, by the way, these flowers are handmade by me. and I added some sparkle on them. These are die cuts. Now the collections that I used, I didn't have full collections of Maggie Holmes. I'm literally recently getting into this. So I was only able to find Woodland Grove, a full Woodland Grove paper pad. And then for like the 6x8s on officesupply.com, I was able to find these 6x8 pads of Parasol, Woodland Grove. And then for everything else that I couldn't find, I ended up getting, I also had the Parasol project pad, and that's where I got a lot of these things. And I think this is either Parasol chipboard stickers or Woodland Grove, I don't remember. But these are from officesupply.com, and then this came from the project pad of Parasol. So yeah, anything else that I used, if I didn't have a paper pad for it, I used the little box card sets, and then I just used those little cards as the paper. So that's a good thing. I added some little dangles here. She likes stars, so this little glass charm is filled with little pink stars, a wire wrap bead, and then just lots and lots of layers. Some of the chipboard pieces, a rosette, this little butterfly, the little rolled flowers. I backed it with the foam tape to give it the dimension. Yeah, so just a bunch of layering. The back, so this piece here, I use it as a tuck just to put my, this has my socials on there. But, and then there's gonna be like glue strings everywhere. I originally, when I was working on this, made a whole card using this, but I didn't really like the way that it was working. I ended up just putting it here in the back as a tuck, and then I love the way that it sticks out to give some more layer. So that's what I ended up using it for. My pen was running out, so and excuse the little mess here, but the socials are on there. And then I just put May 2026, made by Arlene, Genghis Journey. So that's her memory decks card. Okay, and this little baggie, I just, did a little bit of collaging, and then it's just some treats in there for her. And then, of course, the chip bag. So in here, I don't really want to take it all out. She loves swans, so there's some confetti in there, these little bows that she can use in her projects as well, some pom-poms and foam bits. I just love this so much. And by the way, these are attached with glue dots, so if she wants to like remove it and use it somewhere else, she can. And then here, so she could reuse this bag, I just did Velcro. Didn't really want to take this out, but just to show what I did. I love this. So these were also my first time doing rosettes. So yeah, and then I didn't glue dot this one. I actually put a dot of hot glue, Anna. So if you take this off, you'd have to take it off really carefully. It might mess up the swan. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, look at how cute. And then these are attached with glue dots, so she can just pull that apart. And that's just a piece of scrap acetate. But yeah, this is supposed to be like a little shaker type bag. And then this swan is not a die cut. I actually cut that out from one of those cards that I'm talking about. So when when you get the pack of cards, some of them have these images that you can actually fussy cut around and layer it up on some heavy cardstock, and you have a little die cut piece. So how cool is that? Okay, I'm gonna have to probably package this back up when I'm done recording, because yeah, I'm gonna have to. All right, I'll do that when I'm done here. And then I think this is gonna be my crafter's choice. So I made this little bag with Alina Cuddle. Is it Alina Cuddle, a die cut that she had? These papers are also from a card pack, Maggie Holmes card pack, and it goes so perfectly for small projects like this. I glue dot this so she can pull this off and use it in another project, and I also glue dot this little bow. And then I made another rosette here. If she wants, so this is like a cake topper. Those cake toppers, I got these from Hobby Lobby in a little bag. So I just pretty much like altered it. I might put some more in there, why not? But yeah, so cute. What she can do is if she wants to make it into one of those like long sticks, she could just probably hot glue this part, because these beads come off, these beads, but then I hot glued the little jemmies. So she can take off these beads if she wants, or leave it like that, and you can still put a straw and hot glue it, and then she'll have a wand. Okay, so just such a cute bag. All of this stuff is gonna fall out, and I did put a bunch of shred in there, so I'll take it out to show what I put in it, but I'll just restuff it off of camera. But that's the bag. This little puffy heart came from one of her packages, actually. So let me take out this shred. And da 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 da. She has some bows. I gave her 4 different ones. She didn't specify if she wanted the same color, so I did 4 different colors. And these are not cardstock dies. Cardstock bows. These are those little, I don't know what's that material. What do you call that material? Oh, let me just move the bag. Let me move the bag. Okay, sorry about that. These are the bows. So I did 2 of them with the ring. What do you call those? The jump rings. So this one I made myself with some wire, but that was before I actually went to Hobby Lobby and I purchased some more like jump rings. So this one has a little sturdier one, but this one actually it's pretty sturdy. It's not moving anywhere. But she can remove the beads, the charms. She can add something else, or you can also take that off and you can hang it. Originally, I was going to hang it on her purse, but because of the rosette, it was too bulky. So, but yeah, I think this one's my favorite. I have a feeling that she's going to really like that one. But yeah, I only had like one 8.5 by 11 sheet of each of these colors, so I had to make do with what I had. I'm also entering another challenge for your crafty BFF, Bethany, and she requires 4 bows of the same color and all in pastels, so I actually used 1 whole sheet for hers. Okay, so those are your bows, friend. I hope you love that. This ended up being like one of my most favorite creations. So this is also another layered rosette that she can easily just pull off. I have a glue dot on there, but this is not glue dot. This is a paper, same bow but paper one, and these are hot glued down with some little gems, so she can take that off and use it in another project, and I just keep the box. And then I had this little tiny box. I don't know what came in it. I forgot. I think it was like some jewelry making things. But anyway, it looks like a little layered cake. I think it's so cute. I kind of just went with the flow, and this is what I came up with. And honestly, I think it's like the cutest thing ever. Okay. And in here, oh gosh, let me do this off camera. Okay. Yeah, Anna, you're gonna have to like put your nail here and kind of lift it up. Look. Oh my goodness. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a picture of the beads. So there's just some more extra charms. That's some of that confetti that I was talking about that she can totally use as die cuts in her projects. And just a bunch of wire wrapped beads. There's some pom-poms in there. I'm not gonna take them all out because it'll take me forever. And just to note, these little wooden painted beads, I didn't paint them. I bought them years ago off of a seller on Etsy, and she had hand painted those beads. So I'm finally using them. So I don't know how many beads are in here. There's quite a few, like charms. Look how cute. These little beads I got from Amazon. They didn't come in this. This tin is actually from Hobby Lobby, but they're so pretty, the colors. These are some Hobby Lobby gumdrop beads that I recently purchased, and then I just added one of these little crystal hearts. How pretty. And then my favorite, some of my favorite ones are these adorable little, I wish I would have bought a bigger pack of these clay beads because they remind me of sprinkles. So then some of the little ones here are like that. Those are like similar to what you see hanging off of these and the memory decks. So in different colors, she has a few of them there. And then she has like 3 different colors, sprinkle type beads. This one. So yeah, there's quite a few. Look at this one here. Look at that. Look at the colors. Oh, so pretty. So it reminded me of a little cake, and then inside your little candy sprinkles. Like so cute. There is another another one that hangs with another heart like that. No, I don't know. It's in there. This one has a little gold bow. So cute. So cute. But I'll let Anna show them. There goes the other one. How pretty is that? Oh, okay. I know that if I would have received this in Happy Mail, this would surely make me super happy. Like, I love stuff like this, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. And I really hope you love this. I know you will. This is your thing, so I hope you enjoy that. I love making wire wrap beads. Some people find it tedious, but I really love it. All right, so that's pretty much it. She has 4 layered of these bows. She has 3 of these bows. And by the way, this is the material that I used. So I ordered these off of Amazon, but it only came with 1 color each. And these are those almost like a fabric-y, like, you know, fake leather. Oh, this would look so cute for a journal. Like, so I bought them with different purposes, but you know, they're kind of pricey. So they only come with 1 color each, and it's 8x5 and 11. So when I make the bows, if you make 4 of them, you're pretty much using a whole sheet, and then you just have like scraps left. So this one I'm keeping because I also want to make my daughter some bows, but I have to get the little clips. I just dropped my pom-poms. Anyways, so yeah, friend, I hope you love it. So basically all of the rosettes you can use. So these are like, this is like a little wand, and then you have the huge paper clip that you can add to the journal. And then these are removable, these rosettes, they just have a little glue dot. Yeah, so then you have your bows, and in here, she's a Twix lover, so you have the Twix in here. I also included some tea. Let me show you. So I love this little party bag. My friend Jen at Jen's Junk, she gifted that to me a long time ago, and I love them. I love them. So for tea, these are my 2 favorites at the moment. I'm not a huge tea drinker, but lately I have been since I got married. So I actually drink tea every day, but I drink coffee more than anything. And then she loves Twix, so that's what she's getting for her treats. Okay, so that's all I made for Anna. So for Memory Decks Obsessed, that's for her challenge. And then for CleverDuckCreations, I'm gonna show it on here. I hope you can read that. CleverDuckCreations. That is Jen at CleverDuckCreations. She's running a road to 200 subscribers. She's well over that now. I think she's at 500 already, or she was, last time I checked, almost at 500. She's running a challenge through May 31st, so your packages have to be postmarked by May 31st. And it's a very easy challenge. So it's one ATC and a crafter's choice. The crafter's choice could be store-bought, so it could be anything. It doesn't have to be handmade. The only thing handmade is this, and that's it. It enters you in. The prizes, I forgot what her prizes were, honestly. But it's like an Amazon gift card, I think. But I'm gonna leave the information below. She's a Tiffany lover, so this is my ATC. I found the colors, the teal color. Is it teal color or this blue? Put my information on the back. That's my first ATC ever as well, guys. I don't really make these things. This is her little card. It looks so cute. Okay, and then for my crafter's choice, I also did bows. I did them on, she does glue books and stuff and journals, I think. So these will go so lovely on a journal, on a planner, or however. So those, that's my crafter's choice. And then I never knew what a twinchie was, guys. I made two. So I learned about twinchies through her channel. She does a lot of, she runs Twinchie Tuesday. These are so addictive. I will be doing a video doing twinchies with scraps soon. And then I just included a little baggie with just a mix of little things that she can use. So something related to me, which is, you guys know, like vintage things for my journals. I love creating with it. So I gave her some vintage labels and stamps. And then in here, I have added a couple of die cuts in her favorite colors. So she loves silver, the teal color, the Tiffany blue, and peach. So I did it in those colors. I have these little blingies that were also that blue color that she could use in her glue books. I have this little scrap butterfly in that color. And then I just gave her some Amity Bloom washi tapes that were in a similar color tone, and then the silver tape. And then I cut out, these are my favorite frames. I cut some out. I needed to cut these out for Anna as well. So Anna, I might include some of these in your package in a different color. Anyway, so that's what I created for Jen. And that is Jen at CleverDuckCreations. So I'm going to be mailing that one out when I mail out Anna's, because hers is also the same month. So Anna's deadline is the 30th, and then Jen's is the 31st, right? Did I get that right? So you still have time to enter them. I'm going to leave both challenges linked below. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.